19-year-old Cameron McCullough is like any other college student.
It's so good to see you.
Making friends, trying out for the volleyball team.
Stretches, yeah.
Pursuing his dreams.
Hopefully in the next 3 years, I'll apply to PT school and then hopefully get in.
But the tall blonde pre-physical therapy major from Point Loma is carrying a heavier load than most students. His mom, his only family, is fighting for her life.
So 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It's like leukemia, and then it spread to other places in her body, like her hip.
The devastating diagnosis forced his mom, a registered nurse, out of her clinical researcher job. Medical bills piled up and depleted their finances. McCullough's job didn't stretch far.
My mom is so headstrong. It's crazy. And like, despite everything, and she's just so loving to me. She will fight until the end for everything, no matter what.
McCullough says he didn't open up to many people about the anguish he was going through.
So my mom has cancer, and
until he got a demand for payment notice taped to his dorm room door.
Saying basically you have this much balance that's due, either pay this or you would have to leave in a certain amount of time.
Another overwhelming bump in the road, says McCullough.
No matter how hard life gets, no matter what I'm dealing with at the moment, I'm not going to quit.
I started with chemotherapy, and then I had surgery.
At about that same time, TAMMY BLACKBURN, who works on campus with SDSU alumni, was battling breast cancer that had spread to her lymph nodes. Her year-long treatment impacted her deeply.
I kept feeling something tugging on my heart about what I was seeing, and I was seeing some incredible things at the cancer center, and some things were very sad to me.
The SDSU alumna and Aztec basketball star from the early 90s decided she had to do something.
And I know that I can't change the world, but it really hit my heart in a way that I started thinking about, if this is happening, then there has to be something happening at San Diego State with our students. Our students must be feeling the same pain and anguish, because cancer does not discriminate.
With no children of her own, Blackburn contacted financial aid administrators to find out how she could help students affected by cancer.
My life will forever be left with an indelible mark of a journey that was not easy. I was scared, and I didn't know what was going to happen. But I made it, and I want the students and their families out there to know that they can too.
She came up with the idea of creating the Courage Through Cancer Fund by reaching out to friends, colleagues, and the community.
That would be accessible to them immediately, something that they wouldn't have to apply for and wait to hear if they were a winner of a scholarship, but emergency crisis funds.
I've formed some great relationships with some of the students.
SDSU Financial Aid and Scholarship Director Rose Passanelli says emergency funds are desperately needed. She coordinates the university's Economic Crisis Response Team, or ECRT, which stepped in to secure food and some housing costs for McCullough when they learned of his situation.
So financial aid hasn't been able to keep up with the growing costs of higher education. And for a student, or even a low-income student who receives grants, there's still a gap between the cost of attendance and what we can offer in free money grant funding.
TAMMY BLACKBURN's newfound purpose in life led her to Cameron McCullough and his mom.
You will be the first recipient of the Wallace Shatsky Blackburn Courage Through Cancer Fund.
Blackburn went to their home last month to give them some good news.
We will be able to pay for this sophomore fall. We're going to take care of your tuition, all of your university debt.
He was the first recipient of the fund. This time, they were overwhelmed with tears of joy.
We're also going to be able to pay for your books, your entire slate of your kinesiology books and anything for your undergraduate.
Today, their bond remains strong.
He's stuck with me whether he likes it or not. I think about the day when he's going to be in VA House Arena walking across the stage in his cap and his gown and accepting his degree. And we're all going to be there.
Cameron McCullough knows his years at SDSU are giving him a lot more than an education.
It's taught me to stay focused and be humble, and through adversity, keep pushing.
Just like those who have surrounded him, he plans to help others along the way. Susan Murphy, KPBS News.